Alright. So, it's been a couple weeks. It's been 1 week. No, it's been more than 1 week. It's probably been actually closer to a month since I last streamed. Things have just been crazy on my end. My mom went on vacation and I'm taking care of my dad. And I just not had the energy. I thought, like, oh, when my mom's gone, I'll have the free time to stream. But it's... Man. Like... My dad's not even to the point of his, like, you know, he's a senior citizen, and he's not even to the point where, you know, his full-time care is that extensive, because he can still, you know, do some things on his own. But people who are in, like, you know, the full-time round-the-clock care industry, mad respect, because I am worn the fuck out. Alright. I can barely remember playing detective games this far apart. None of the shit's fresh in my mind anymore. But I am determined to finish this. And I'm just gonna probably use the rubber duck a lot. Just because... Yeah, it's been just such a big gap since I last played this game. Let me just get something up on here. Alright. Mm-hmm. Where is OBS? Okay. Whew. Alright. So we're basically trying to find out who is a legit Roottrie and who isn't. Guy Hudson played the fuck around. This guy, super critical. Miracle Roottree, an absolute asshole. Oh yeah, and my suspicion was that she... I can't remember the actress's name, but basically there was this actress who... had an affair with Clark Gable, and then basically had a daughter, set up that child for adoption, and then adopted her own daughter, and made it look like it was a legit adoption. And I kind of wonder if this is what she did, because she claimed that she adopted both of these kids. Alright, rubber duck. Jen! Oh my gosh! Oh, hey, River! Hey, BD. A surprise gen raid! Oh my god! Oh, hey, Tar. Tar coming in with the redeems already. Man, I am not even, like, 5 minutes in. 5 minutes in, I'm already getting bullied by you guys. Okay, hang on. I gotta... S-O... Genocidal 9. There we go. Playing art. I love that game. I always lose though. Let me quick get those tar redeems in. Hydrate. Alright. Drink. And posture check. There we go. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't see the raid coming. I just popped into y'all's stream and was going to cool. No problem. I was watching Jen's stream, and I'm like, fuck it. I'm gonna try to stream today because I haven't in a while for one reason. And I was trying to. The goal was to start it, this week or this last week because my mom's out of town. And that my time tends to be opened up more. But I'm basically doing round the clock, care for my dad, who is a senior citizen. And he's not to the point, and I was saying earlier, he's not to the point where he's he can still do a lot of things himself, He's still aware. But man, I'm worn out, man. People who are in the care, the round the clock care in this industry like this, like where it's an actual profession, mad respect. Yeah, Tar, what the heck? I've seen Rand pop up a few times, but I haven't been able to really join them because I've just been so... It's just been a lot. It's been a lot. Hi, Bishop. Look to you too, Bishop. Look to yours too. Alright. Sorry, I'm snacking on some salami right now. Okay. So, this game, it's a detective game, and I haven't played this game in a month, and none of this shit is fresh in my mind anymore. So, I'm determined to finish it, but I'm going to be using the hint system a lot, just because I want to get this game done, and... while I would like to be able to, do everything, as organically as I can, it's just... It's probably not gonna happen as much here. It's fine, though. It's fine. It's not... Doesn't it make me less of a gamer? God. Oh, yeah. Okay. Mission issue of Pico Tea by Sisley Sanchez. Okay, I vaguely remember this. Portrait of a Changed Man, Foreign Gospel. Did not perform particularly well. Appeared in a magazine called Pico Tea. Okay. An article about a book she had commissioned to write for Guy Hudson. Okay. Yeah, no. Take harass your spouse? Aw. Give him one extra noogie for me. If you can reach that high. Pico Tea. So I remember this, and I couldn't find out how to find... So... Sisley Sanchez is probably another one of Guy's, affair partners. That's him. Is that? Yeah. Um, so so Guy commissioned this person. But then it was sent a cease and desist letter. Most likely from the main Roottrees family. Attract conspiracy theorists. A Roottrees. I mean, there's lots of conspiracy with the Roottrees. That's the whole fucking point. You found Chris Rafferty throughout the conspiracy website. Maybe the updated website can help you find. Maybe his up. Oh, okay. So he did update his hit website. I remember that. That's the one thing about this game is I actually have to remember how to spell stuff, and I'm not great at that. Spooling is hard. Are you the son of Clark Rafferty? Yes, but I didn't grow up with him. Spoke to a few. Okay, did you ever meet the Roottrees? I'm not good at spelling words. Me either! Okay, let's see here. Did you ever meet the Roottrees? My memory's weird. It's hard to know to exactly remember. I had a picture, for example. I had a photo when I was 5 with the office of my dad, and the guy was there. I made myself sick by eating chocolate. Okay, yeah, so we have that picture. About the poison because I saw it on the Roottrees Curse website. Okay. And he emailed some stuff, including the proof, but even with the proof, the website didn't take it down. Told me one of our phone calls. I asked him about the poison because I saw it on the Roottrees, and he emailed some old stuff, including the proof. Okay. Roottrees Curse. No, wait. Let's just look up this. Here we go. I mean, I think the joke is like wife. You know, I think a joke in a lot of videos I see is like how wives just randomly biting their husbands. I guess that's what they're for, right? Okay. This is, okay, during your initial search, you came across the Thomas Overwood's conspiracy page about the Roottrees. 8 months later, the page still exists and thriving. The visitor counter has reached 7 digits. Ooh. Oh, wait, 7 digits. Dang. Many older articles have been replaced. It seems like the recent uprising of the Roottrees news has left Thomas Overwood with a constant stream of events to base new theories on. Okay, thanks so much. Enjoy your dinner, BSW. More than one of his theories involve Roottrees deaths being fake. According to Overwood, statistically, you would have when you have this many high-profile people who have died in the family, the odds are that one of them would fake their death. It's just math. God. There's actual people who have to deal with this kind of shit. This newfound focus on death faking seems to coincide with the post mentioning that he began believing that Guy's not dead theory, in his own words. My eyes have been open. All of it is beginning to make too much sense. One of the post details that believe that Ron Roottrees is still in charge. when Roottrees' death was fake, and that Clark is the only there to throw people off. Apparently, this will allow Ron to travel to France, develop their new candy recipe in secret. Another is about the rapper 5-Piece. He can't possibly be Roottree. One of the first album songs where he was performing under the devil name actually mentioned he wanted to have sex with Rihanna. Because he didn't know he was related to her. This person is dumb. Not even Sam Madison spared. According to Overwood, the author of 6-Piece isn't real. Sam Madison is an anagram for Madness. Christ. They're purposely leaving hits for us. He claims that by using 6-Piece with Lauren Roottree's book as one of the time pad, he has begun to decrypt the cipher. Most of the cipher has seemed meaningless, but he managed to pick up the words people and vastness and is working on figuring out what it means. So basically, I don't know how much you know of this game, BD, but basically this game's about like a massive, like very popular family with a very complex family tree, and it's us fun like how people are related to each other, and then the connections and stuff like that is kind of the part of the detective work here. Basically, there's been some major deaths in this family, as well as like a book that one of the family members released that criticizes the overall family, and we have like a conspiracy theorist who is basically saying like making up some random shit here. There's also a crest at the bottom. Next year, 2000 is a leap year. And Overwood is looking for funds to win volunteers to catch the Roottrees red-handed in Operation Art. Oh, God. He specifically mentions us not to follow her if you're ever drunk Spear Cola, but doesn't go into why. What's this one? Being faked. One of the posts detail, I believe that Ron is still in charge. Yeah, something like that. Okay, the Dies Not Dead conspiracy stems from a website that focuses on clues that Roottrees have supposedly hid all over the place. This includes on candy wrappers and print advertisements and television commercials in their jingles. The story, according to the website, is that Guy Hudson was a terrible president of the Rootree Company, which is true. He was not a good president, and used his position to prey on women a lot, and introduced multiple failed products. Something needed to be done that would put the company immediately and instantly back in the favor of consumers, so they killed off Guy Hudson and replaced him with a new president. So, a lot of this person, what they're talking about is bullshit, but sometimes there's been, like, more than one occasion where conspiracy theories have been proven to be true. Like, I think the most recent one I can think of is Free Britney. People thought that was just a conspiracy theory, but that was 100%, true. And I'm definitely on the side of there's no way Epstein killed himself, So I wonder. I mean, the thing is, though, his wife died with him, so I don't know. I guess we'll, mostly it's bullshit, but there was still a conspiracy within the Roottrees family about a giant cover-up, so I wouldn't put it past this family. So they killed off Guy Hudson and replaced him with a new president. The move immediately garnered sympathy, and the company recovered the new year with more popular than ever. The new president stayed much further out of the limelight, and some people even realized he was simply Guy in an elaborate disguise, which is why he stopped appearing in public. I mean, I think that was just him, though, The people who run the site are asking for help. They're certain that there's a clue told us that accidentally leaked in banned article from the magazine, linked in a banned article. On the page, scanned the magazine's cover, an interview with Cicely Sanchez about Guy Hyacinth and some photos. Alright, there we go. So we finally got the Picotee stuff. Like, we know this stuff is bullshit. Alright, well, we got some new stuff to look at. Alright, Picotee. This is an interview with Cicely Sanchez, an author. She was hired to write a book about Guy Hudson. You claim you have been paid a significant amount to write a book about one of the Roottrees. Guy Hudson? He was the president for a short period of the end of 1970s, right? Hey, ZK! Yeah, Gen Raid. Yeah, I met him on New Year's Eve. Actually, the night... Okay, hang on. We got some... Guy, I like to throw big parties. I was just coming off of Changed Man and looking for my new project. When his wife learned who I was, she invited me to the party, and they cornered me to talk about a book. That was when the first anyone recognized me for my work. I finally made it. The book they asked me to write sounded great, but none of the stuff that made him interesting was allowed to stay. That's what we call propaganda. Okay. Chop, chop, snip, snip. Anything with even the slightest threat to Guy's image ended up gone zero. What was the stuff that made him interesting? At his core, Guy was not complicated. In fact, I think I could boil them down to two traits. First, he wanted to be seen as the second coming, as the second coming off of the great Elias Roottrees, and second, he never been satisfied. He'd never be satisfied living the life needed to be. Sorry. First, he wanted to be seen as the second coming off. Okay, so he wanted to be seen as great, like as great as the original founder. And second, he'd never be satisfied living the life needed to be seen that way. Ah. So he wanted the reputation of being like a purist family man. But he was a player at heart, basically. So when you want contradicting things like this, when you're trying to like when you basically want your cake and eat it too, the only way to get that is to try to control the narrative. Which is, in denial or straight up lying or, cover-ups and stuff like that. He had his fortune and good looks, but he really liked to exploit that to pick up women. But he couldn't let anyone else know, so it cost him a lot to cover up. That was the only interesting aspect of Guy. He was a James Bond trying to convince people he was Mr. Rogers, I guess. Yeah! I think calling him James Bond, like, obviously a player, but still, calling him James Bond seems too generous. Mr. Rogers, really? Maybe that's not the best metaphor, but Elias Roottrees was boring as hell and all about family. Guy did everything he could to be seen that way. After I submitted my first draft, he sent me this garbage book, The Roottrees Legacy, with Elias on the cover. Last time he and I met, he even switched out his orange suit for the same green ones Elias wore. And remember Fancy Flavors? Guy knew that part of Elias' legacy was the 5-piece flavors. So that's what Guy tried to do, too. Caviar was a disaster. Yeah. I never had caviar, but from what I hear, it's very, it's fishy, obviously, but also very, very salty. It was actually somewhat popular in Brazil for whatever reason. In Christmas 1979, he went to Brazil to open the Roottrees Brazil factory. Guy was always hopping around the world trying to recreate that success, yeah. So, he wanted a reputation, but he didn't actually ever want to do the work to get that reputation. Instead, instead of doing the work to because the thing is, reputation is a product. Reputation is a product of actions and stuff like that. But instead of like focusing on a product to get that reputation, the reputation was the product, basically. So how come the book never came out? It's complicated. I had an out in my contract. Surprisingly, the guy signed the contract my lawyers wrote without running it by anybody in his legal department. I could pull my name off the book at any time, but guy still got the content. After I left, it probably got a lot harder to convince any real publisher to give it their time. So I'm eating cheese. Alright, so they couldn't find the money to publish the book because the publishers wouldn't take it. He was the president, right? Do you know why he never released it himself? If I had to guess, his family was wisely put a stop to it. Mid-1981, months after I had already moved on, he called me back and showed me a final draft. Do you know how expensive it is to publish one copy of a book? It had my name on it, in big, shiny embossed letters, like all problems in his life. Throwing money at me was his attempt to win me back. But it had half the page count, and the narrative was torn to bits. No thanks. The dinner was good. Important steak that likely cost as much as a month of my mortgage, and we all got pretty drunk. He sent his mistress, Susie, something into the bathroom to proposition me. Poor girl. Remember her from our trips overseas. She was too good to him. Anyway, he died soon after, and that was the last I ever came up. So, what can you tell? Okay, so Susie was... Okay, what can you tell about the family? Any sight about the scandals from the recent book by Sam Edison? Any insight into the scandals from the recent books by Sam Edison? I actually hadn't read it. Oh. Okay, so this is recent. Okay, I actually hadn't read it. I just skimmed the sections on Guy to see why people were suddenly calling me up or asking about that man. I say she did well for what she had to work with. She only had rumors, where I spent time tailing him. Sometimes he knew, sometimes he didn't. He invited me to join them when dealing with Roottrees Brazil, so I actually had people on him when he went to Australia, France, and China too. When he met with someone, I'd figured out who they were and how they were evolved. Doubly so if meeting happened when he didn't want me to be around. Sorry, let me reread that. So I actually had people on him. Okay, Australia, France, China. When he met with someone, I figured out who they were and how they evolved. Doubly so if they okay, so she did investigate. Okay, meeting happened when he didn't want me to be around. Despite his efforts, I got the whole truth, including things. Ooh, so we definitely need to get this book, like the original print of this book. Despite his best efforts, I got the whole truth, including things even his family never knew. For example, the daughter of his business partner is Brazil. The daughter of his business, I think her name was Robin. He and she definitely spent a few nights together. Oh, okay. We got a new mistress that he didn't want his family to know about, but I did. Madison got things wrong. Madison got things wrong. Sam mentioned Guy's affairs and treats them like most people would logically think to treat them. Like the infidelity was a problem for Patricia. When his wife first approached me, though, it wasn't to talk, if you get my meaning. On paper and in public, it was a marriage like any other, but in reality, it was more of a mutually beneficial arrangement. Oh, so she was completely fine. She was like, nah, She was like legit like in on it. Okay. They both got what they wanted out of it. The same thing. God. Wow. That's so fucking grimy. Jesus Christ. What was that? I assume I only have to spell it out to you so you can get it and write it for your readers. Woman, Patricia, enjoy the company of women. She was gay. I was gonna say that if it was like a lavender marriage, but Guy wasn't gay. So it's like a half lavender. A vendor. A lavin marriage. Patricia, okay, enjoyed the company of women, and the swinger scene made that more accessible. I told her I wasn't interested in her and Guy. Ah, They tried to unicorn her? Christ. I found out later that if I had said yes, her next question would have been whether or not her husband actually had to be there too. Oh my god. Guy, on the other hand, was seen in a traditional marriage, and at the same time could bet any woman he found him charming. I assure you, that was exactly the type of marriage he was interested in. Okay, so it was an open marriage, like, which is fine. This was definitely, like, you know, in the 60s and 70s, not very as accessible, but, you know, they were happy with an open marriage. But the fact is, I don't know. It's the fact that he was in a position of power and used that power to, like, you know, to pressure women into sleeping with them. That's the grimy part. But the fact that he was in a marriage with a lesbian woman who they were in an open marriage, you know, like that part, you know, more acceptable, I would say. Alright, what else we got here? Pictures, 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 pictures. I wonder if that's her. Okay. Pictures, pictures, pictures. Okay. The photo is the first from a magazine interview with Cicely's, Sanchez, and Picotti. The issue of Picotti magazine that it came was pulled from the shelves, but managed to find a line. Picotti does not label its individual photos. Both were instead under the shared label. Cicely was provided these photos by the Roottrees company using her book. I wonder if this is Australia? Christmas party? Gosh. Well, we have more pictures now. Farrah Christine. Okay, let me go back to let's highlight some stuff here. Susie or something. Susie something? Okay, and then Robin. Alright. So we know that kind of a bit overwhelmed here. Okay, so Joanna. Susie and Robin would be two others. Oh boy. Okay, we have this. We're looking, okay, so Joanna, Christine. So we're looking for a Susie now. Susan Ford, 1979. Susan Ford. Alright, so that must be Susie. Under a special category that only existed. Interpreter. Okay. Okay. So that's Clark. Okay, I don't know if that for sure if that's her picture. Okay. What was the date on when Susie 1979? So she would have been Woo! Christ. God damn it. You spooked me, BP! You got me good! Congratulations, I guess. How's it going? Thank you for the sub. Dang, 22 months? That's almost 2 years. How's it going, BP? So 77 was Christine Farrow. She left at 78. So I'm gonna assume that this is gonna be Susie. Susie Ford. Susan Ford. Literally have no idea who any of these. Is that the same woman? No, because then they would have a Okay, so someone does have a second picture. Oh dang. I kind of wonder if that's the situationship. Alright, let's take a look here. 2. So how am I gonna get this bug? Alright. Oh, yes. Oh, 81. Well, maybe that's not her, because she left it... Wait, no, when did she leave? She left 1980. Okay, so these dates don't really match up then. Because she wouldn't have been with the company anymore. Dang, I don't know then. Okay, what's next? There's a secret info due to the timing of Zach's retirement. There's only... Okay. So that was Zach in that picture, actually. Oh, that is him. Okay. I was like, is that the Australian guy or was that one guy? Okay. So then that must be... Yeah. Okay, so that is her picture then. Right? Hang on. Was hired. Yeah, that is her. Okay. Alright. think she's a farmer. Mentioned a lot of juicy information of her pig routine interview, but there are only a few things that are searchable. Okay, so there are searchable things in there. Alright, let's see here. Changed man. I guess I could look at it, but I don't think that would have anything to do with the Roottrees. The Rootree legacy. Okay, so that was, yeah. That was that book, but that proved to be just propaganda. Okay, Rootree Brazil. Rootree Brazil, sometimes generously referred to as Rootree Brazil, is one of the companies created to manufacture and distribute Irautu candy. It was developed as part of the Rootree Everywhere initiative near the beginning of 1979. Unlike some of the other Rootree Everywhere results, Rootree Brazil seemed to be a success. You do some rough translating and find a significant amount of information about it. Brazil was the only region in which caviar flavored 5-piece released in the end of it was a hit. The primary reason that the factory still exists to this day is solely to create that flavor, which comes out of its own standalone 5-piece bag with Portuguese writing. A small town named Man, I'm not even good at English. Now I have to be good at Portuguese. Christ. Avalagos, near the See? Exactly. Not good at English. Bad at English. It's my first language, and I'm terrible at it. I know how this is pronounced. Munich, but I don't know how it's pronounced. Alva Lagos. Thank you, BD. Munich possibility of Sao Bernardo do Capo because of the locations chosen by the Rootree Company after a newly elected local politician named Edson Soares heard that they were planning a new factory and petitioned them in early 1979. The factory was controversial as locals did not want it there. Always split a word in half. It makes it easy. The thing is, I don't know where to split the word in half. Like that it's a smart move, but even then, it's like, how do I know to split it here and not Alval or Alvala? You know, that does not come naturally to me. Except for two incidents. The first was in Incendio do Bordo in 1992, and the second was an successful strike in 1995 that involved the factory worker being replaced. The factory was built and run according to the paperwork at the time by a small company called Nova Corporo Racao de Doces Brazil, which literally translated to Brazil Candy Corporation. This company no longer exists. Not much information has ever existed about it, but the Rootrees are now run Rootree Brazil entirely. Okay. We did have a name here. Was it Brazilian? But you find a dissertation published by a product student as part of their PhD. It was focused on the rise of democracy in Brazil. It seemed up to 1988. Was all run by the military, and the politics during the time were often a hotbed for corruption and nepotism. The page tells of a few politicians, including Edson Soares. Edison is a former mayor of Lagos, Brazil. Before politics, he was the manager of the automotive manufacturing plant for a major American car company. He was put in charge of Alva's by military government. As mayor, he used his managerial background of American business to establish new factories. Okay. Does he have a daughter? Or a wife? This did not make him a popular mayor. This music makes me feel like the New York Underground speakeasy. Yeah. They call this like detective jazz in this game or something like that. Like, I'm actually listening to a radio that's dedicated that calls itself a place for dedicated for detective jazz or something like that. This did not make him popular. This was a paper spec that was moved to counteract his popularity. His wife, Sonia, was discreetly put in charge of television called Telerede. He often used his connection to ensure supports would appear on local... Okay. He remained in office when he was defeated in the first election about the military government was no longer in control. As his election lost, he quickly left the town behind. It's not known where he has gone. But is it... Okay. He had a wife. Depending how old she was probably fair game. I don't know. I wouldn't call it an actual real genre BD. I think it's the joke within the game. But yeah. The first one. Okay, what's this one? Does Bordeaux mean border? Maple Fire. Not even close. Christ. I wonder if I haven't looked it up, but the soundtrack to this game might be on like Spotify or YouTube or, you know, if you're willing to look for it. Maple Fire. Gosh, I'm too used to Spanish where like, you know, you can usually guess what it means by the words there, by how close the words are to English, you know. Or Latin words. Burning plastic and maple syrup. I do know that there's a lot of I wouldn't say that I'm the most, like, you know, knowledgeable on South American history, but I know there's, like, in general, a lot of corruption between the countries there. But I want to talk. Look at America. Look at the state of America now. Terrible. Absolutely terrible. Real play is a game designer that the name of Jeremy Johnson looked as okay. He did not want to offend any Brazilians with the tale. He was right. I love this. I love this like little sneak peek of like the developer poking their head through the curtain, you know. That involved corruption and politics. So the small town name he made up, which the factory was located, was invented by mixing two other regions. Ah, okay. Look at that. This developer sounds like this developer is like has an overthinking, anxious mind, and I can relate, you know. Okay, unsuccessful trike. Okay. Okay, well, this is... I'm looking for a name here, you know? I can't... Okay, what else we got here? The result for it mentions a wife. Could she... That's what I was thinking. Wives are definitely not, like, off limits. Alright, hang on then. Let me look, Wait, no. Where's this guy? No. Hey, Lemon! How's it going? You gotta boop my snooters, but I use that to sniff. I use that to sniff things. Alright, that's the start. Okay. Sonia. Okay. Sony's okay. However, it does return a page that lists a news anchor. Oh, Flavio Soros, who has a mother named oh. Watch Flavio Soros has a watch Flavio have bright red hair. My snooters is so poopable. No. I mean, it's in the middle of my fucking face. It's right there. It's a target. Here comes Lemon. William telling my nose. Is a young Brazilian newscaster with a bit of a cult following. This concerning him is to put it politically lewd. Oh. There's a website about something called fan fiction that has a small set of shit. Oh god. Oh man, let's not ship real people. I mean, in this game, in this fictional game, this person is a real person in this game. Yeah, don't do that. Don't ship real people. All the fictional characters at your disposal, and you ship real people. It seems that women and some men of a widely variety of ages. There is from what I understand, there is a very big, like very, very loud and out and celebratory queer community in Brazil. Of a wide variety of ages and writing skills tend to find him worthy of inclusion of their stories. You skim some of the tales that they learned that a common thread is that he's currently dating a supermodel named Ashley York. Many stories either seem to ignore her existence or get her out of the picture rather quickly. Christ. Oh man. Lemon coming in and bullying me. Hydrate, fine. Slurp. Stretch. And I'm not even an hour in. I'm getting bullied like this. Posture check. Alright. There you go. There you go. This is getting good, right? Right? I mean, okay. This is basically this little paragraph right here. It's basically like when you have a girl streamer mention that she has a boyfriend and all the guy viewers that lust over her freak the fuck out because suddenly, you know, their illusion of having a chance with her are shattered. There are also other more traditional fan sites that list some things about him, including his age, his zodiac sign, his favorite food, and his mother's name. So it also seems to Flavio translate to golden hair. Was I right? One of them says with a sign. Well, I guess is signed photo of confirmed this. The photo has been added to your evidence. It's more Auburn, I would say. Kisses from Flavio. Sonia. Okay, I don't think Sonia... Oh, Sonia was married. Yes. Okay. Where is the Christmas picture? Alright, so do the dates match up? '79. So he's 18, and this takes place, and this was, hang on, where's my calculator? 1999 minus 18. 1981 would be when if he was born. One. I don't know. Okay. Well, Sonia. I guess we'll just, Edson? Okay. Flavio. Goodness. Oops. There we go. He's an anchor? He does kind of look like a guy, doesn't he? Yeah. His hair color does lean a bit more red. Than just regular brunette. Okay, so he's a news anchor, right? That's what they said he was? Yeah. See, I was thinking Flavio sounds like Flavor. Okay. Well, I wouldn't know what her maiden name is. There's a lot of information about Float, but there's one thing that could be a lead. Okay. Superman Ashley York. Okay. Is a British supermodel who does ad for Peru. Okay, she has been the subject for some controversy in the past, but having been protested by PETA for wearing fur on the cover of some magazines. I mean, fuck PETA. She's dating a young Brazilian news anchor named Flavio Soares, which has brought them somewhat in the limelight. Okay, it's not her. Golden haired. I won't think that would have. Yeah. So what could be this thing to search? There's a website about something about it called fan fiction. You skim some. Grilled steak also seems to match. Let me take a look at the photo again. To Natasha, kisses from Brazil. Nothing. Okay. What did you mean? What's the thing I can search? Yeah, but I didn't. Okay. I'm just the idiot then. Ashley York. Oh, maybe she's a periodical. Hang on. Oh, shit. Copy this. Paste that. Okay, so she's a supermodel. Ashley York, maybe? Hey, here we go. Appeared to cover Teen Blast wearing a first shawl 3 months ago. This appearance doesn't lead to any news version, but another. She's dating Flavio Soares. In Teen Blast, reporter says, I was in Rio for Carnival. Ha! I know how to pronounce that. Carnival. And she was the one of the parade floats. I had no idea who he was, but I liked what I saw and told my people to invite him to the party I was going. I felt pretty stupid once I realized that we were going to this party. Well, his mother's party. She runs a media empire. Transmisa Paulo is a massive media group owned by and run by mysterious women. Alves. Media Group. So what would her official... It seems is a common name, so she sorted it to Nia to stand out of the public's eye. Her name would still be Sonia, though, right? Nia received significant inheritance, many different manufactured business in her hometown, Brazil. Okay. She did work in television until 1998 when Brazil began to appear to transform. She used the perfect opportunity to launch her own media company. Now her company owns television. Oh, wow. After doing some translation, the page about Nia lists her as unmarried. It does not go into any relationship history. Searching for Nia line, you learn that she stays out of the spotlight. But I thought she was the wife of, what's his name? Okay, so it's Nia Alves. She stays in the limelight. So what would her profession title be? Media Mongol? I guess. Massive Media Group. Global initiatives. Well, she's unmarried, so we know that they're separated. I mean, you can kind of guess that they would be separated because that's how the tree is laid out. Right, so that's Susan Ford. And that's Christine. This would have to be Robin, right? Or that could be Robin. I mean, there's a Susie, there's a Christine. But I think we at least got all the first names, at least. Okay. Okay. What do you mean? Global initiatives of the Roottrees Corporation. What? Okay, okay. Roottrees, Brazil. Global initiatives. Can you Control F? No, not Control F. No Control F in the 90s, I guess. Okay. Like other... Okay, Roottrees everywhere. There's an expansion in the late 1970s. Okay. Changes of the company to make success, as far as you can tell. Different. Okay, so maybe we can learn about Australia. The minimal organizing information about the history of the expansion itself in mind, but you can glean the following: Roottrees candy has been distributed globally to certain markets, approved by aliens in the 1940s. Canada, Mexico. Roottrees expansion to other markets. Yeah, Australia, Brazil, China, and France. Alright, so we know Roottrees Australia has a Charles Martin. Okay. Oh. It was developed in the Roottrees. Okay, and initiated in summer 1979. Charles Martin, who owned the company, tapped to run the Roottrees factory, needed impressed by America. Okay. Okay, the Mansfield Legend company shut. Okay. Okay, so Charles Martin. So what about Robin Martin? Ha 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 ha. Robin Martin is featured in many of the top 100 wealthiest women in the world's list. She only owns a private island on the coast of Australia. She has no husband, and there's widely circulated rumor somewhere in the minutes that she had a medical procedure to ensure that she wouldn't have children. You find a joke on the site called Edgy Jokes that implies that she's quite promiscuous and has a punchline involving Robin's eggs. From what it's worth, Martin seemed to lean into the rumors. She once showed up in a charity function, and there were 3 attractive men, each wearing a shirt that says "Satisfied Partner" on it. So so maybe she's not. Like they had an affair, but she couldn't have kids, right? So she was a red herring then. Okay, so it wouldn't be Robin then. China Roottrees. Okay. So Robin wouldn't okay. Alright, that's okay. So she wouldn't be one. One of the companies created to manufacture, so she had her tube side basically, and could distribute Roottrees candy. It was developed as part of the Roottrees. Okay. This led to new opportunities for American companies. Long Hongbo, who was said to professionally win over the Roottrees family, was the owner. Did not wish to import the ingredients and build a special factory to manufacture the candy in China. So instead, they made a deal to import bulk, unpackaged Roottrees candy, and label it for not only China but additional markets. The deal happened. Only had daughters. His brother Long Hongbu took control upon his death. After Hongbu died, he passed the oldest child. It passed to the oldest child from the next generation. Long Zeno. I mean, I know this is probably not how to pronounce her names. My apologies. The family name comes first, so Long is her last. Oh, okay. Is a businesswoman clear? Okay. Long textile company. She recently listened to the article on the website written by for women. The article entitled "Empowered," which is a recent rise of women entrepreneurs in China. The article states that due to her lack of brothers, she was a younger sister. Took over CEO of her family company in 1992 after her owner was deemed unfit to run the company. Mental deterioration. This was apparently an extremely controversial move amongst the company's employees. A woman? But she has a vagina! And some of them, the article does not state how many quit the letter, stating that she must have coerced him to a veritable state. So the kind has been performing well. Her nephew, who is currently her second in command, is expected to take over when she retires. In the meantime, the board's stance has been twist on popular profit. The article rough translates to, so she doesn't have any kids. She has a nephew. Someone that has proven that they can do something well can do it 100 times well. A proof believer can doom us all. The article finally mentions that Zeno was an lady. And helped her sister have a child. Oh, IVF. There's an unsourced picture of Zeno in the article. It says that it's been from 1902 when she took over. Okay. So he has a nephew. Zeno Lang. Power. Okay, so now what do I do? So, had her sister have a child? Oh my gosh! She got preggers, claimed it was IEF, and then gave her child to her sister. Bitch! Okay. So then, I wonder if this is you. So then where does Susan Ford go? (1992). what her occupation? She's textile, I said. She's like businesswoman. Textile. What? They don't have like a what would textile be? Interior design. Okay, so she has a nephew. Well, we don't have the nephew's name. Oh, Lang Tai Textile. God, come on. Wait, Lang Tai? What would someone who runs a textile company, what would that, like, she runs a textile company. A CEO? Oh! Yes! Oh, okay. 4 elements have been corrected. Alright. I was right about all that! Ah, it feels so good when you get shit right. Booyah! Alright. That was just a fucking guess. Okay, dang. Ah! So she legit boinked guy, claimed it was an IVF, which meant that, you know, she was saying, oh, it's my sister's egg. Like, this was before we had, like, you know, I don't think there was, like, a lot of extensive genetic testing back in the, you know, 70s and 80s. So nobody thought about, so people could just make these little white lies about, you know, where these babies coming from. So I wonder if this Susan Ford. This must be Susan Ford. And that must be her second picture there. And she was an interpreter. But I don't think that's... I guess it would be her most recent profession that counts. Okay, alright. We covered a lot of ground. In like an hour? Dang. Okay. Yeah. So now what's next? That's the two. Okay, Ducky, just point me in a direction. Look at the company names you find. Well, I tried that. Lang Tile Text. Oh, do I have... Oh, hang on. There we go. I just didn't have the whole... Okay. I had the right idea. It just was, you know, I didn't have the whole thing. Okay. It seems a very accomplished. The site has quotes from many different reporters. Chinese businesses, but like textiles, fabric, right? Like I break the word down, text and tile. But I'm pretty sure textile has to do with fabric. Okay. The page contains very rudimentary leadership timeline. Looks like a family tree. It goes back to at least 250 years during the Roottrees deal. Long Hongbo. In China, the family name comes first. So Long is the last name. was the CEO. He died before the internet was first widespread, so there's not much. Okay. His younger brother, Long Han, who is researched the history, is a woman. Though she does appear to be in the family tree below Hongbo. Long Tai has a few American logos. One is the Roottrees logo, another is Tranquils. Concerned that there are a lot of quilts you've ever seen. Although they listed the website Long Tai text logo, it doesn't seem to have much. Okay. Well then, why did you fucking okay? Third is Piece of Asia. Is the American arm of Long Tai. It's located in Pittsburgh, according to the site. The Tai translates to peaceful, so they chose a name. Okay, there are also other companies listed too. It seems Piece of Asia is nearly as accomplished as Long Tai. Other fabrics and clothes. Okay, so I was right. Are wholesale prices. You don't spot anything under the business. Is said to be owned by husband and wife Jerry and Linda Han. From an online transfer, it seems that Jerry is Han. Oh, okay. Is Long Zi. Oh. So is that her? No. So is that Jerry and Linda Han? Jerry, Linda, and Mark Han appeared recently. Oh, Mark Han! Boom! Called Focus of Philanthropy. Mark Han. Okay. Under the headline Hanging with Hans, the Hans were chosen because they donated significantly to... Okay, Jerry and Linda were both born in China, found love during the college. Linda's father led the company names after expanding in the U.S. So Mark. Linda's father approved their marriage so as long as Jerry took over in the U.S. proportion of the business. To move to the United States, but my sister was desperate in love with the idea. She used to have this Butch Cassidy poster on the wall and was obsessed with Robert Redford. Oh. And somehow she was really into Americans, so that's probably why she boinked the guy. The one sent here, and now we couldn't possibly mention going back. So is Mark Han his name, or is that just the American name? Mark couldn't wait to travel aboard. You know, he's actually in business school. We're in China right now, working with my sister, who grew up in there. Was the opposite. She couldn't wait to get there. She calling herself Lucy Long. Okay. Mark. So Mark Han. I need a picture of him though. He doesn't even like visiting the US anymore. Our kids are complete opposite. He's actually in business school in China, working with his sister. Our niece, who grew up there, was the opposite. She couldn't wait to get here. She started calling herself Lucy Long. Oh wait. Oh, so maybe Mark is actually... Oh, maybe so Mark is actually... And then Lucy is... Oh, wait, it's not a common name, but there's most... Okay, so... There's a niece, which would be her daughter. There's also a few that come up with a searchable detail, so it might be possible to narrow it down. Robotics website, Team Talent Call. So a small women's capella group in Los Angeles called the Gin and Tonics. The Tonics. Corporate site. Okay, so which one would be? So they're in Pittsburgh. Let's see here. Robotics. Team Talon Claw. Maybe soon use a robot named Talon Claw. Appearance on the second season of British television show. The club is supposed to meet every Tuesday. I listed the team captain and Jay Patel and board members Lucy Lang and Kurt Hott. Gin and tonics. I don't think this would be here either. Corporate synergies unlimited. Business Watch magazine. Lucy Long. The company's hired consultants to increase productivity. Business Watch. Corporate. Okay, she's an article about consults. Okay, each person features article. Lucy's bio section mentions that she grew up in a small Arkansas town. Nope, this wouldn't be her. Bowles reports she's only the second person in her family. Between the two regional dial as a direct and organized change. The new company managed to elite. No, that would be her. Because this Lucy Long we're looking for actually grew up in China. Dang, man. Fucking red herrings. Other than she performs a soloist song I Like the Wind. Boca performed cover the popular boy band song. It doesn't seem relevant to your search. One reviewer. Oh my god. So was it the first one then? Doc, help me out here. Okay, so it was the first one. I'm a dumbass. Okay. Mid-Eastern University. Alright. Their mascot is the Spectres, although they are not known for the sports programs as much as their education. So they... The Spectres. That's a pretty cool one. Their mascot's a ghost, I guess. Calling them their newspaper the Herald. Supposed to have a history technology museum. Okay. Lucy. Okay. Gosh. Alright. Hey. Got a new periodical. Whew. Okay. How about their school's robotic team? Is Lucy. She grew up in China as Min Long. Christ, we got it. But came to the US specifically to use her. She grew up around factory sale machines that assembled products and would be shipped all over the world. And the moving parts and automation fascinated her. However, she had to progress through her major. She had become obsessed with smaller, more powerful hydraulics. The additional robotics she loved linguistics. One of her hobbies since coming to the States has been collecting accents. Aw, that's cute. But she can also switch between multiple different regional accents. She feels her personal best is Southern Belle, but her favorite is Valley Girl. Gotcha. So Min Long. I got your number, girlie. So Min L-A-G. There we go. And so she's a college student, right? All right. Whew. Nice. All right. Where do we go next? The Billy Sims incident. What the fuck is the Billy Sims incident? I don't remember that at all. Shit. This is why you can't play detective games. Oh wait, was this the... Wait, this was the principal that got into a fight with that one guy? Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay, now I remember. Yeah, Clementine. Crocodile punched by Clumping. Okay, so... Alright, it wasn't a punch. Sir, you want to sit down or we'll have a problem. Alright, sir, I guess we have a problem. Alright. I was surprised at everyone. Okay. So it was, this guy. Clementine. That's right, he had 2 daughters. So, to do a Billy Sims. Oops. So which periodical would I look into that? The goal was to paint a picture of 2 men involved. Okay, not only did they manage into Sims' wife Carla, as well as multiple, but they hunted down Colleen Webb, Mark's ex-wife. Yeah, I already got that. She never met. Okay. So they had 2 daughters. The second daughter, and she felt she needed to get out there before it got worse. She left him. Okay, moved, and they told her that to live with her sister. She raised them both by herself, and though they never went to the challenging name, they used the name. Okay, so yeah, so they have. So they don't actually have the last name Webb. They have the last name Clementine, but I still don't know their first name. Oh, Picotee. Okay. Supermarket tabloid. Oh, that's right. Picotee is like a National Enquirer type of magazine. Okay. So they're not afraid to publish a few details. You look at Billy Sims, and it seems they did report on you gain a few bits of information that might be useful for throwing a mock Molotov cocktail at a company that was found to be testing their products on animals. Dang! Mad respect for Billy Sims. According to police paperwork, Crocodile bail was paid by Tostart Tito Jacob. It was fairly okay. His bail. Picotee interviewed other students that were in the event to find out if anyone knew anything. They were going around that Mark Clementine showed up because his daughter Mary was graduating. That we got a name. Mary Clementine. But it would be Mary Webb. So let's see. Woo! Mary Webb in San Diego was a website called Web on the Web. Oh, I like that. That's cute. Travel diary that also doubles as an advertisement or agency. There are descriptions of Mary's services, including booking flights and cruises. Almost all of them involve extremely niche audiences. It seems Mary is the #1 agent when it comes... Okay, so she's a travel agent? Yeah, travel agent. Okay. Spiritual vacations aboard ghost ships. I mean, I would be kind of into that. There's that clown motel that's in Nevada, I think. I can't remember the exact state, but they say that one's haunted, and I'm like, I kind of want to go. I kind of want to test fate in the worst fucking way. She also has a dedicated section for more traditional modern cruises that cater to special groups such as fans of boy bands. She talks about trips she's personally taken. There's an opportunity. Yeah, look up the Clown Motel. I saw a video on it like years ago. There's like probably a few on YouTube of people staying, the challenge of staying in a haunted place. But it is a trip, just looking at it, man. You don't like clowns? BD, come on. Clowns are fun. You know? Fun! I used to do that better. Childhood trauma. Are we talking about clown at a birthday party that was just a bit too much in your face? Okay. See, expanded ghosts. Wow, boy bands and ghosts. That is two different, very specific niches she is an expert in. Hotels, landmarks, and places she visited, as well as Mary herself, with a ship in the background on the diary entries. Alfie mentions the day she was allowed to the ship on a port day in San Diego, and professional photography knows added to my evidence. Let's see here. Alright. Oh, she's cute! I don't know if she's the older sister or the younger. I'm gonna assume the younger, because it doesn't seem like there's any mention that she has any kids. So we'll make that assumption. Alright, there was another thing I think I could look up. Who is this person? Dominican carnival people dressed as demons, clowns, and chase kids and hit them with inflated goat stomach balloon on a whip. So yeah, oh my, what? Never heard of this tradition. This sounds like, do you know like Norwegian, or like, Scandinavian people with Krampus? Like, I don't know exactly which country, but there's a tradition where a bunch of them dress up in scary Krampus outfits and then chase children. Independence Day tradition. Dang. Okay. Now, I mean, like, no. Okay. That would be definitely pretty traumatizing. I will admit. But it sounds like, but a fucking inflated goat stomach sounds like just insult to injury. Cause that sounds sticky. That sounds wet and sticky, and I don't appreciate that. Region Mexico fast food chain has held a competition that offers free meals to life for anyone that legally changed their name to... Oh. According to a few, the stores used to be named Lucinda. Wow. Torsten. Okay. Free meals for life. Oh gosh. Lucinda Jacobson. That's funny. Change your name. Change your name, and then you can get free food for life. Free meals for life. Just look at Dominican Independence Day Carnival, and you'll see all the outfits. Every region has their own team of demons. Very colorful, but for a small child, terrifying. All right, I'm gonna Dominican Independence Day. We're gonna do a quick. I'm gonna do a quick Carnival in Dominican. Oh my gosh! I'm just like looking at parade floats. Dang, those are like very like Joker-esque for Batman. I love it, actually. I think it's actually really cool. But yeah, if you're a kid, this would definitely, you know, probably not have the, you know, the best response for this. Dang. Dominican Republic and clown demon and rainbow clown demons. That was definitely something I did not know existed 5 minutes ago. But today you learn something new. Every day you learn something new, huh? Really cool looking though. But I didn't grow up with it, so obviously, you know, I'm pretty fucking desensitized to this shit at this point in my life, so I actually kind of love it. But yeah, I could definitely understand that this probably would not would have a different reaction. They chase you if you show fear. Yeah. No, chances are is that they're you know they do it enough to where they can pick out the nebbish and the meek kids. And then go after them. For a good laugh. Dang, all we got in our Independence Day is shitty fireworks and you know, cheap ass hot dogs. I know you're probably not a fan of it, but I would say this is still a better upgrade than what we got here in America. Fun fact, I was on national television for one, and I experienced forever captured... Oh, no. BD. I'm sorry. Oh, gosh. I'm not gonna lie, that's very funny. That's very, very funny. But also, I'm sorry. That's not, you know... probably not the most ideal, like, claim to name. Aww. Alright, so we got Mary. Who's the other kid? Alright. What did you... Was it a photo? Photo of a paranormal traveling. Let's see. Oh, okay, there we go. Okay. It's a photography studio that was listed on a few different sites, business, and it seems like it's been possible to hire them to take professional quality photos of businesses of all sorts. Site of some IRC chat logs. One of them is them was from 96's where when Val, the former head of photographer from did a Q&A with her users talking about pictures of promotional materials and print ads. I'm just kidding. Right. Not only seem irrelevant, but generally who go over your head. One of the questions however mentioned that Val was on the cover of Telephoto and asked about Iraq. The question also quickly shut down by the person running the QA, who says Val does not wish to answer questions from the from his photo journalism days, nor does the wish to talk about LBP? Telephoto. Hey. Okay. Val? Former photographer from Corporate Composition Photography. Okay, let's try this then. Photograph. Did I not copy the whole thing? Wasn't it photography? No? Okay, well we have telephoto. Hello? No longer exists. The question was quickly shut by another running Q&A. Val does not wish to. What's LBP? Val. This is Val. Okay. Yeah. I wouldn't say this game is like a huge on. I would say that they're playing this around Halloween would be kind of like a like a good time to play a game like this. But not not spooky, but like, uncovering secrets, Uncovering secrets, I would say, kind of fits within that sort of, like, vibe that Halloween tends to, put out there. Yeah, I'm trying to... That's what I was looking for. Okay, let's go look at that. LBP. Okay, let's do a spider search. Lebanese pawn, lower back pain, lead-based paint, low blood pressure, Louisiana Board of Pharmacy, Long Beach, Pennsylvania. Some businesses also have your vernacular for LBP. Lynch Building Plastics, Luxury, Lincoln Baby Photography. He was a photographer. Ah! Ding, ding, ding! A Val, an award winner photographer on the page. A business, okay. of his baby. Camera captured Cam Lincoln reaching for his namesake. I guess he takes after his father, Val. Cam Lincoln. He named his son Cam? Oh my god. Okay, so we have Val Lincoln is his full name. Oops. Alright. So it is. I'm not trying to like Val clearly goes by he, him pronouns. A photographer who oversees Desert Storm. He won the CP award for photojournalism, especially for the photo cover. Oh, he took the photo. Okay. Or wait, no, no, he said he appeared on the cover. Okay, I'm a little confused here. In his own words, he couldn't decide what else to do and thought it would be the best career award for shoot a Playboy career in the world to shoot for Playboy. But he quickly found he had a knack for it and began to skip lots of free periods. After that, he tried to prevent the landscape photography with the passion for it. I work much better when I'm trying to tell a story of a person and an object. Most people wouldn't call lucky to go on an active war zone for this boy. And he bought my plane tickets and all my meals and okay. Mentioned of his who was going overseas. For some reason he had never had a real job or even left California. It was a heck of a break. But I was only 19 at the time and shot the photo that won him on an award night there. The photo depicts Lisa Clementine. Oh. Okay, so that is Lisa. Okay. I thought they said they appeared on the cover. I might have read that. Meant that wrong. According to the article, woman was not subject to direct combat, and Lisa was in a vehicle at the time. The vehicle had to pull over suddenly on the road ahead and partially destroyed. And oh, is Lisa Clementine? And oh my gosh, okay, we got it. So Lisa Clementine, that's you. This is Cam. Lincoln. And then this is Val Lincoln. There we go. Whew, okay. Got your magazine and led me to engagement just at earlier. She agreed to become Mr. Yeah, okay, yeah, alright. I put, okay. I was a little confused because I thought they said that. And it made it seem like there was like this big conspiracy with the. Only was it okay? First, Val was only 19. The vehicle. So what is Lisa then? Something to do with the army? Comedian. A soldier, right? No. Secretary. Politics. Nurse. Okay, well, you're a baby. Okay, well, Lisa Clementine. We have a name now. No, we don't. Okay. Operation Desert Saber? The Gulf War. She and a fellow soldier. So she's a soldier. For someone that had a real job or left California. So what would her profession be? Author, baby, cashier, CEO, comedian, dancer. Like military. Military. There we go. Alright, so I need 4 people? Oh, that means something's wrong here. Travel agent. Yeah, military, right? Unless she's something else right now? Oh, Lisa Lincoln. Hang on. Lisa. It would at least be. She would go by Lisa Webb. And even then she would be married. So it would be Lisa Lincoln? There we go. She made another appearance listed as a professor. Oh, listed as a professor at West Point. Her short biography off the stat mentions that she had a passion for the military. While she's later learned. Okay, so she's a professor now. Oh, alright. Professor? Woo! 4 more! Oh my god. Oh yeah. Oh, who is it, Clark? No, both of them! Holy
Hey
shit!
there, it's us. So, I just have to say, the work you're doing here is fantastic.
Oh, thank you, Sam.
So fantastic, in fact.
Uh-huh.
There goes Clark.
Oops.
Always the bad cop.
My thing popped
Go
up.
ahead.
Sorry, my headphone thing popped out. Hang on, I gotta plug it back in so I can listen to what they're saying. There we go.
Well, our law firm, Ruby Legal Enterprises, is having trouble keeping up.
Okay.
They're actually begging us to stop submitting new Roottrees. They said it's getting difficult to verify your progress.
Well, consider that a good thing. I told Clark you'd get results.
She says that like I didn't believe her. Regardless, the bad news is it's gonna take 5 potential tree additions before anyone locks in from now on.
Fine.
Good luck.
And keep up the good work.
Okay, 5 at a time. What time is it? Okay, I got 2 hours before I gotta start making dinner. Alright. Alright, Ducky, where do I go next? Just tell me. Into largest expenses in the company records. Large expenses. Okay, refurbishment. Travel expense. How large is large? I guess just anything that stands out. Grandorf Dove? Grandorf School for the Deaf, formerly Grandorf Dove, is located about an hour from where the Roottrees offices used to be in Butler County, but has serviced much of that part of Pennsylvania and nearby Ohio. According to the website, it was formerly named Grandorf Dove because Grandorf was the last name of the founder, and Dove is the Danish word for deaf. Okay. The founder had issues with the government translators, leading to an old transcription issue. In 1999, it was renamed better to represent the school's purpose and to correct the embarking lack of effort and awareness demonstrated by the government officials in those early days. The staff is listed on the website. You go through all of their biographies and find the principal, Miss Ford, is fluent in 5 languages. Ah. Oh, hey, Heart, how's it going? Oh my god, Guy Rootree? Fucking any hole would plug up any hole that he could see. Goodness. Goodness. He had no kids with his wife, and apparently his wife was gay. Like oh man, he's died in a tragic, like in the first part of the game. Oh, he died in a tragic, didn't have any kids. He had a lot of kids. Turns out he had too many kids. Too many. She has been working for the school for 15 years. Mrs. Ford Bio also mentions that she's not deaf herself, but rather learned sign language to communicate with the deaf. And it mentions that she was responsible for securing funding for the Hudson Wing. Guy Hudson, huh? Was an expansion of Grandorf Dove, now Grandorf Dove School of the Deaf. And it separates must solve. Okay. So we know that Susie, was a mistress. Did she have any kids, though? I mean, we learned that Robin was a dead end. They got their name from the president of the Roottrees Company, Joseph. Yep. There's also a vaguely history section that you can somewhat fill in the details of the Roottrees school. It mentions the donation came from insistence of an employee at Roottrees at the time. It mentions that she learned ASL from the main school. To surprise her future husband who's deaf, that realizing how useful a service to. Okay. She convinced Roottrees management to invest in that school. Opened when she became the first teacher at the new campus. At first, it only operates on weekends, but then it had afternoon classes and some weekends. Ah, porta party. Uh-oh. So she is in language. So it wasn't just a bullshit profession they gave her. She really is. She really is a polyglot. Public speaker. Is teacher on here? Teacher starts with T. Nope. What would be her advertising? Architect, artist, author, maybe cashier, construction, doctor, driver, firefighter, hairdresser, housewife. What would her profession be? Teacher. Unless that's what she became the first teacher. Oh, you know what? I bet she blackmailed Guy into giving that money. Because she had 2 kids with him. And he wanted the appearance of, you know, he wanted the reputation of a guy who didn't get around a lot. Of a guy who wasn't a player. So maybe she held that against him. Oh, hey, Crit, how's it going? 5 languages. Alright, Susan Ford. No, nothing. Did I spell her name right? Yes. Miss Ford. So that means that she's not married, though. Where else can I get more? Is there a periodical that I can look up? Grandorf Dove. Nope. Use time? This is their old name, so maybe I should switch it over to... Okay. Let me get their new name then. The Grandorf School of the Deaf. Oh, the rain's kicking in. I love that shit, man. makes my bones feel good. No. Harry, where do you want me to look, man? Butler County. Got him. Dumbass. Okay. Susie Ford. Aha. Gander School of the Death has made a few odd appearances here and there in Butler County times. It's not too many that I can't look at all, so after scrolling through a few pages, you manage to find something incredibly useful. An article that isn't even focused on the school itself. Local students provide key evidence to scientific study. The article from March of this year mentions that the Ford sisters, who attended public school, are only of a handful of identical twins in the world who suffer from two different genetic issues. One of them has asthma and the other has a deadly allergy to parents. Their mother, Miss Susie Ford, who is principal at the nearby... Okay, it was a principal. She's a principal. She's a principali. A principal. A principal. And she had 2 daughters. What's their last name, though? What's their last... Oh my gosh. 1 second, guys. Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah, I'm getting there. I'm getting there, Hart. Okay. Contact research looking to identify there was not any sets of twins where one was born deaf and the other was not. Who was principal at the nearby was originally contacted by researchers looking to identify if there were any sets of twins. While she didn't have any twins attending her school, she asked if her daughters Melissa and Heather, we got names. Melissa and Heather. Oops. I meant to highlight that. My bad. Alright. Could be useful, and it turns out they said they couldn't be more different. My youngest, we call her that even though she's only about 15 minutes, is shy, but essentially hasn't stopped running from the moment she learned to scamper. Asthma, okay. Has kept her sister off the soccer field, but she's the definition of extrovert. And it's even performing the... Okay, so that's how we figure out who's the... Okay. The youngest... The youngest is the one... who is the Peanuts. The youngest is the Peanuts. Asthma is the older sister. The article includes a picture of the girls. Okay, okay. So Melissa and Heather. What are their last names, Ford? She had a husband. The youngest had the EpiPen. Asthma for the older. My youngest is shy. Asthma has kept her sister off the... Okay, so asthma. The older sister has the asthma. Alright, and we're assuming that their names are in order by oldest to youngest. Miss Susie Ford. But I don't. But Ford, with Ford, she was married to somebody. I don't think their last name would be Ford. They would probably take his last name because maybe it was assumed that. Oops. Are they? Okay. My youngest, okay, is shy. I mean, I guess they're students. I mean, they look young. I guess they would be teenagers, right? I saw the. We're getting there. We're getting closer. What would her? Miss Susie Ford. That's how she spells her name, huh? I did. Didn't I? Oh, wait, should I look at the original name? Hold it. There's this seems to be endless list of cancellations. Oh, okay. Center of a crime article. There's multiple broken windows. So some vandalizing of the Hunted Wing. Accusations of infidelity. I bet her husband found out. There was one arrest. Thomas Hughes. Now, did their last name go by Hughes, or did their last name go by Ford? Found students. Apparently, the detection came weeks after he married the school's new teacher, Miss Hughes. She's not a teacher, according to graduate. Okay, according to the reported investigation, the police reports was convinced that he was not the father of Mrs. Hughes' current pregnancy. He was released on bail, and the school had agreed not to press criminal charge. Okay, so he left before they were even born. So hopefully, their name would be Ford. Mrs. Hughes and Hudson Wing have. Okay. So there we go. It's not clear which Ford twin is which. Have you looked into their interests? I thought so. What? Oh, did I not get the T in there? My bad. Could not be useful. Okay. My youngest is shy. Okay. So the youngest would not have the would have the EpiPen. Right? One of them wasn't a play? But she's definite. Oh! Heather Ford. Heather Ford was the one. What is the older? Oh, I got them. Okay. Heather Ford is the older. Okay, because I assumed that the order of the names. There we go. Are you appeased, Ducky? Spider search for Bess Williams, a notable place. Alright, alright, alright. She lived outside of Miami and attracted her young in a major hurricane. Oh wow, she did? Okay. Family man. Was not far. Okay, the board. Okay. Was she? Oh my God! Heather Ford must have made cars. Oh yeah. Married a guy named shit, I forgot the other American car company. There's Chevy. Heath Chevy was the guy she married, right? Would have been funnier if I remembered it. Okay. Not far from where she lived was practically destroyed by the hurricane. When they rebelled, the name nonfiction section after her. Okay, the Boca Door. Okay, she. Oh. You boinked Beth. Oh, Elizabeth. Oh my gosh. This whole time. And she was an author. This whole time. You boinked Beth. Well, isn't that her? He had a secretary. But she was, okay. It says the character according to the site said to be an unknown author. No longer exists. You find multiple libraries in the area. According to their website, the library system is in Miami. Searching for Miami Print Museum, you come across their website. It states an hours and lists of exhibits. The building is very small. Admission is free. Okay. A few different versions. One of the exhibits in the courtyard, which includes a fountain as well as the statue of an unknown author. Another is a printing press that it was used by the Miami Sunday, a now defunct weekly newspaper. The last original print of Cuba by Cubans, an art book. Okay. I did? There was a newspaper? Okay, another pictures and another okay, yes, the Miami Sunday. News okay, yeah. Alright. Alright. Mercury Sunday. We find out about quirky printing history facts. I mentioned that Miami was the outcome of merging two smaller failing newspapers. The one is one larger failing newspaper, which is notably to the author became what combined the names of the way that it was tied to the longest article for American newspaper at the time, with the newspaper in Jefferson, Texas. Yeah, the Miami Sunday. Merged. Well, that was short-lived. Before the merger. The Miami Sunday. So how do I get the records? Oh, something's wrong here. Are they not students? Are they college students now? No, they're students. Susan Ford. Maybe that's not her name? No? Okay, so maybe Hughes is their name, last name. No? I'm a little bit confused. He left, clearly left, before they were born. What are you talking about? The Miami Mercury Sunday. But we won it before the merger. What do you mean? Maybe something about the hyphenated name can give you a clue. Mercury? I'm a little confused. And there's something wrong here. Because I'm an idiot. They said 5. They said 5. I'm dumb. I'm a dumb, stupid, dumb. Dumb, stupid. Oh my gosh. What are you talking about? Oh, okay, man. The Miami Mercury. I see what you mean. Okay. I understand what you meant. An arc about Bess Williams section to the local library where it was beginning built in 1929. It mentions that Bess's young son, now an orphan, was attended during the dedication. As well as the later mention from 1905, the last year, that the paper existed about bidding a war for a planned expansion of the library in the 1950s. The bidding was won. Wildcat Construction included a new statue, fountain, and a new second room that would double as a shelf count. Wildcat Construction. So having worked at many buildings in Miami, Florida, it seems to have ceased operations in the 1960s. So she had a son. Oh boy. Okay. It was also mentioned earlier under the headline "Constructing a Better World." Frank Wildcat Williams, a construction world in return to humor. Wildcat Williams, 47. Frank Williams. The timing is right. He's a construction worker. A return hero. He won the Navy Cross for his bravery and sacrifice and had carried a fellow soldier safety under head of Nazi fire. Now he and his wife Ophelia. I like the name Ophelia. Was carrying his fellow soldiers through. Now him and his wife are carrying fellow soldiers. Okay. Wildcat Construction is Frank's company. Focus on creating opportunities for soldiers finding difficulty getting back to normal. Ophelia has handled outreach to the wives of local veterans who are often able to provide insight into their husbands' needs and conditions. She has, through such outreach, found 13 veterans of the war in search of Frank's employees. The community supported... I'm ready to search her, I bet. Support has been unendingly and overwhelmingly positive. It's gone to the point where Frank bids on the project, local companies let soldiers handle it. This has become a bit of a sore spot for local politicians and business owners, as the bids are often not as low as they expected. The problem for them is that essentially Frank has a selective monopoly. But any attempt to circumvent it has caused an uproar. I mean, he's doing a good thing. I don't know. It's considered what will become a wild construction, but at least for now, we're rooting for them. Okay, so we're going to search Ophelia Williams. Ugh. I feel like you get close. Wildcat construction. Okay. Yeah, Frank, should I just look up Frank Williams? Oh gosh. Frank, okay, Wildcat Williams. Here we go. Oh hey! Lily, thank you for the raid! Let me give you a shout out. Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha. Farming Simulator. Oh, you guys were playing that again, right? I checked in last week, and Birdie was basically trying to recreate Final Destination with the driving a bunch of logs to a location. Oh, cut so many trees. Sounds like a sequel. Yeah. Nothing like deforestation, right? The American dream, deforestation. I hope you had a good time. Thank you for the raid. Frank Wildcat Williams is listed as one of the few different Final Destination 2 Birdie drives. Oh, that's funny. Alright, let's see here. And the story goes that even after being struck in the arm with a bullet, he managed to carry a fellow soldier through enemy toward... I'm playing a detective game, by the way. Raid and lurk? No problem. No problem. Take care of yourself, alright? Thank you so much for the raid, and thanks for the lurk. He managed to carry a fellow soldier. Okay, he died in 96, age 74, retirement community in Sweetwater, Florida. The video on the website of a local news channel was written by his surviving family, who also sheds light on some of his personal life. He grew up an orphan because his family died in a hurricane when he was young. He would barely remember his mother. He had no memory of his father. After the war, he ran a construction company that mainly hired World War II veterans and did a lot of jobs in and around the great Miami area. He was a born joker and a shining light to those veterans who need it most. An anecdote mentions that he used to insist he married his wife Ophelia as a matter of courtesy and convenience. She wouldn't have to change her last name. Oh. What's her last name, huh? A photo is attached to Franklin's youth juggling hammers in front of one of the construction sites he is often known to do. According to the article, he is survived by Ophelia as well as his daughters, Barb and Sharon Williams. Yep, and there's the statue. Alright, Barb and Sharon. Oh, daughters? Oh. I'm a little confused here. It looks like he had a daughter, and then he adopted his granddaughter? Is that what's going on here? Am I reading that right? Well, then what's Ophelia's last name? Huh? So we got a Barb and we got a Sharon Williams. Let's put his picture in, because we know that's him. Oh wait, no, we have 5 in. That means that something's wrong. Shit. He was in construction there, right? So the date of the layout of the tree. She must be the person involved. Possible infinite. Yeah, I got that. Oh, okay. I'm guessing that, maybe someone misheard. Alright. Dang, 5 more people done. Let me actually put her picture, because that's her, clearly. Okay. Whew. Frank Waller mentions that some children, you should try some. I thought I did, but okay. We'll do that more. So Sharon Williams, what about Barb Williams? She has a website that explains the services she offers. Her company's address is listed as Flora. The flyer is added to my evidence. Alright, overcoming adversity. The flyer is 3 different testimonials from Brianna Jones. Oh boy, okay. She's a motivational speaker from the Greta Jones. Okay. Key Falls Gazette. Okay, well I thought that would be a paracle. Okay, Vic, according to his own personal page, is apparently one of 3 brothers. All 3 of them are contributors to the newspaper called. He tends to focus more on southwestern United States. All of the articles are written archived on the site, including the long-form version of the review for Barb Williams' motivation show in 1997. According to Victor, he has seen Barb talk more than once. On the park occasion, Barb's talk was at a very large church. It's clear that she was expert at matching the presentation of her concepts of any particular crowd because she was a standing ovation. Started with a story about loss. Specifically, the loss of a bike who was hit by a car. She spoke about the death of any person as a darkness in their loved ones. A cold and empty void. Her conclusion is that finding the hidden meanings of tragedy can almost important things we can do. Biblical comprehensions. The biker who died was her son-in-law. And that the Lands Across America charity was created to fulfill the newfound darkness in her daughter. Her daughter experienced. And the charity was okay. This charity focused on adding bike lanes. The page of news articles mentions Lands Across America, a similar summary in them. Was founded after the death of Drew Smith. Drew was biking home. Okay, each year Lanes Across America has grown. Picture of Drew. Dang, look at that mullet. Who's this? Wedding photo. Oh gosh, Birdie! Hi Birdie. Thank you for the wade. Nilla Lily was here earlier saying that you guys cut a lot of trees down. And they mentioned how basically you like to reenact the that one scene from Final Destination with the with the logs. Hope nothing horrible went wrong this time. Farmer Simulator. Sounds like you guys are having a good time with that. Tor hates trees. What? What? But trees are good. Trees help us breathe. I don't know. Nothing like American capitalism, I guess, like, you know, deforestation, though, right? Surprisingly satisfying. A lot of the simulation games seem very, like they're based too much in realism, so I'm a little, like... What was her name? God, I can't remember her name. Oh, shit. Barb Williams. Is it short for Barbara? Yep. Williams. Motivational speaker. Should we just have speaker? Public speaker. Show burb. Birdie is a burb. It's based in realism, but sometimes you hit a pole wrong and send a tractor in space and it's worth. Oh! So it's like playing an Elder Scrolls game, basically, where, you know, everything seems pretty legit, but then basically an enemy loses all their bones and then just rockets straight into the sky. Because then, wouldn't this be Sharon? So she had Sharon, and then they adopted Sharon. So even though Sharon is her biological daughter, she's more like a sister. I knew someone who had that kind of relationship. I had a friend like way back in like elementary school, where her mom had her at a young age, or just didn't want to be a parent, so her grandparents adopted her. So she called her, you know, what was typically your grandparents' mom and dad. And her biological mother was more like a sister to her. Isn't Sharon Williams like a that's Sharon Williams? Isn't that like a am I the crazy one? I don't know. Okay. Drew Smith. So is this Drew Smith? I mean, I'm just guessing here. I'm not too sure. Andrew Smith. So he died, and that's why she remarried, because they didn't split up, because he died. There you go. That's what happened. All right. Three brothers. Alright. There's more. Okay, lanes. There's more to discover. Drew Smith. Lanes across America? Is there like a periodical I can search? What's LAM? It means to hit someone. Oh. So that's why they changed it. Okay. Is there a periodical I can look up? Miami. Weren't they based in Florida? No. Major New cities. Okay, what else? Yeah, that's what to hit someone. I looked it up. What else is there? Lanes across Miami? Oh, I gotta look it up like that. I see. Okay, hang on. Across Miami. And articles you found earlier for those with more in-depth. Okay, you find some additional information. It was found in 1907 and became LAA 1904. It was founded by Sharon Smith. After the death of her husband, Sharon and some of her board members stepped down in 1992, and the current leadership took over. One of the oldest articles has a full uncropped version of the same wedding photo. It seems that after Sharon left land, they began to crop her and the rest of the wedding party out of the photo. The photo was really untrue. Okay, okay. Ha ha ha. I bet. So that's Sharon. And that must be her in her wedding. Then who's this? Is that her? I don't know. Okay, so then what does Sharon Smith do? Nothing. Okay. She was a board member. Is that on here? CEO? I don't know, man. Okay. Barb Williams flyer. There we go. Isabel Crosby. Okay, well. The Kewickie Falls Gazette. Let's try that one. There is no Kewickie Falls anywhere in the world that you can find. The closest thing is to the Kikiwa appears to be in New Zealand. Instead of a man named Chris Elmsworth, was divided in a small town newspaper as a conceptual art piece. Is a series of online articles with small restaurants, shows, and other tourist attractions. There's a president of small towns in America. What makes the Kewickie Falls Gazette a bit strange is that amongst the articles detailing real locations are occasional stories that present outlandish and inflammatory concepts in extremely mundane ways. For example, at the homepage right now is an article entitled "Mermaids Strike Back Against Lobster Farms." That used to be a very dry language details of the idea of the mermaids in Maine that began to utilize. It sounds like a joke article, maybe like The Onion. There are no punchlines, and the articles are not marked by anything different from the rest. Okay, so Chris Elmsworth. Who has invented a small-town newspaper as a conceptual art piece. Okay. Yeah, Greta Jones was the other one. Oh, Greta Jones from... Oh, we can search this though, right? News anchor. Oh, hi, Dave. Sippies. Okay, fine. I'll wet my whistle. I'll moisten my whistling hole for you. There. Fully lubricated. Enjoy. How's it going, Dave? How you doing? Evanston County. Once Georgia does it, you probably need to. Georgia. Oh my god. That's not how you spell Georgia. Georgia? That's not how you spell Georgia either. Why can I not? Geo. Or Gia. Nothing else. Okay. Illinois. No. Noi? Z? I'm a little confused here. Yeah, I know. How much is this you can do? Next to the city, Springfield. Oh, Springfield, Georgia. Okay, that's what. So, Springfield, Georgia. There we go. A female news anchor is a person who runs the website and has ranked each of the 3 categories. None of them are relevant to journalism. One of the entries is Channel 12. The news anchor listed as Greta Flores. Greta Flores. You're about to go to bed? Aww. I always appreciate you coming in here before you clock out. It's just a shame. It's such a shame that, you know, UK pallies are like a whole like days worth, you know, ahead of us. So it's like when your days are our nights and our nights are our days. Okay, I read both of those, like, Tommy Wiseau. Oh, hi, doggy. Oh, hi, Dave. Oh, hi, Heart. Oh, did I get that right? Was that the reference? Never seen The Room. I just know it from other videos. Yeah. People, it's one of those things that a movie, like, people love to hate to watch. But it looks really boring to me. I feel like all the best parts are just, you know, clips you can find on the internet, you know? Alright. Before her divorce. Okay, so who? So someone divorced. I'm a little confused. Where would she... I don't see anyone here who that could be. Because I feel like I got everything filled out, mostly. It's really just these guys. Actually, it's just him. It's just him that I gotta find out. Oh, I'm actually kind of done, almost. Okay. Alright. Used to go by Greta. Okay, compared to her ordeal, you've gone through simply figuring out her current name is easy to expect to find out. She has a website. She is apparently the MC for all-female speaking for tour in 1997. The tour was called Storytellers of Sisterhood, the Mothers of Daughters of Earth. You just search and it seems that some of the stories were compiled into a book simply titled 24 Stories of Sisterhood. That looks like it's probably a book I need to... Okay, hang on. No, wait. Fuck, I need to probably search this book, right? Public library, book title, author name. Okay. It contains direct transcripts of the most well-received stories on stage. Ayla Hell is the editor, not the sole author. On the stories by Barb Williams has been... Okay. So. The Beauty and the Brat. Oh, gosh. Barb Williams had the transcript of a story she told stage published. The first part of the story focuses on two 16-year-old girls. My sister, Sherry, was a brat. Always sulking. Often disobedient, never on time. She borrowed things without asking and even ran away from home to sneak back the next day, but nothing like a change. My daughter, Sharon, on the other hand, was a beautiful person. Ah, they're the same person, Sherry and Sharon. She had excellent marks in school and was intensely artistic and creative, and even volunteered an animal rescue. So basically, that's interesting. She takes ownership of being her mother when she has good qualities, but any bad qualities she's demoted as sister because her parents adopted her. She did tell the stories of the two girls until she shifts the narrative. What was the difference between Sherry and the brat Sharon, the beauty? Is it nature, nurture, a better education, different opportunities? The answer is nothing. There is no difference because my sister and my daughter are the same girl. Yeah, okay, yeah. We pieced that together. Barb reveals that her daughter was the result of an unexpected pregnancy when she was only 15. I met a boy at a country fair. Unlike us, he lived in a nice part of town. He went to school, good school, to a teenage girl. It felt like a fairy tale. But there was boxes all over his house. He was moving in 3 days. Those 3 days were heaven to me. The final night, he surprised me. He told me he could return to see me again. He planned to return to visit his grandparents. I thought I was giving him a reason to keep his promise. I never saw him again. When I finally got desperate enough to ask around, a friend of a friend told me he hadn't even given me his real last name. Wow. Barb also talks about where she found out she was pregnant. I was convinced my life was over. But my parents, they took charge. I had to live at home and work a part-time job, but they removed the burden of motherhood. I managed to scrape out a degree in English, and as for my daughter was concerned, I was her much older sister. Yeah. Like I said, I knew a situation like that in real life. Barb uses the story to come to the conclusion. When I was younger, I thought my sister was the brat. And I wasn't wrong, but she ran away from home to work at the animal shelter. She borrowed my clothes for presentations at school, and her creativity allowed her to open up Sherry's hair. Oh. Sherry's hair. She's a beautician. It was... Oh, and the beauty. Oh my gosh. Like that Fran Drescher movie, The Beautician and the Beast. It took me far too long to realize the beauty was always there too. In fact, the brat and the beauty exist in all of us. It was my inner brat that kept me blind to the truth, and I'd like to say it's the beauty to me that's finally been able to see what I'm missing. I implore you to call upon the beauties in yourselves. Okay. Sherry's hair. She's a hairdresser. There's Sherry's hair in Orlando. The owner of the business is listed as Sherry... Okay, so she remarried. So she's a hairdresser. Okay, so we know the guy she married has a crazy last name like that. Okay. Sherry has a large van, and on the weekends can bring the style of Brittany, Christina, or even Rachel to your door. Oh wow, that takes me fucking back. Britney Spears, Christina Aguilera, and Rachel from Friends. Wow, like their hairstyles were pretty much what everybody wanted back then. That is crazy. God, it's like I was sent back there. All right, thanks so much for hanging out, Dave. You sleep well, all right? Your presence, even in short, is always wonderful, and I always enjoy seeing your teal name with 2 underscores, because one was just not enough. Have a good one. The section is very long and presents as one of a paragraph, a multiple run-on sentence, and no pictures. You get the sense that if you were to do your hair, she'd be doing a lot of talking. Hey, like a true hairdresser, right? It mentions that her husband Pete? Is it Peter? Peter. Okay. Was her late husband's college roommate. She and he never spent any significant time together. They became a widow. They built a charity together, and they left the charity behind because it was grown beyond their ability to run it. She brags about her kids, Tony, Mark, and Cricket. Her oldest Tony. Okay, so this would be Tony. Oh, Anthony. Anthony. Okay. Anthony Smith. Okay. Her oldest, Tony, seems to be the sports end of the stick. He's listed 2 accomplishments, that he's the oldest and he's a straight A student. Okay, so they're still students. That definitely makes it easier. Mark, on the other hand, has multiple baseball accomplishments list. Apparently his little league team is nationally recognized. Okay, so Mark would be the next kid. Mark Smith. And he's also a child. And I'm guessing Cricket's a baby. Cricket York is the near end and has an entire section dedicated to her. She's an actress on a local television show called What? Wouldn't she be the youngest? Unless she's a child star. Called Library. And the reason Sherry wrote good in mind was Sherry should be hireable to do this as a sales show. The passage also mentions that her agent recommended that he change their last name to York, so it's easier to pronounce. The rest of the section describes how she got the part, but it seems unimportant in your search. An actress? But she would be younger than the 2 kids, wouldn't she? Oh, children's show. That would be the reason. That would be the reason. Studied in Orlando, Florida. It was been on the air since 1991. The show, multiple adults and children interact with different animal puppets in a small town called Liberty. Unlike some other popular shows involved on human performers, the one isn't funded by the public. This includes the manufacturers like says paid board diagnosis for businesses related to education. From what you can tell, you find it's in a few markets across the southern United States. That works in. Okay. Like most other children, many of those grew up with it tend to have fond memories. That works in your favor because the show has been documented by a few fans. Even a Library web version, though it only has 3 entries. Cricket York joined the cast at the age of 5. Okay. Oh, she's cute. So this would be Cricket. Like, did they do it like an official name change? I don't know. Cricket York. Alright, a few companies here. Schools are complaining. I'm trying to get this done here in like an hour, so that's why I'm just kind of like not giving myself enough time to think stuff through. The newspaper announced that between the 2 books there were 16 total changes. Of course. Then why do you give me a full fucking article of that? Education. Is this like education connection? Including Cricket Art is a photo labeled called Cricket and her brothers ready to learn about talent and tutors. Cricket and her brothers, Mark, and the other one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so where is... So that would be 5. Peter. Come on. I need a picture of him. Oh! Wait, no. Oh, that's him! Boom. That's what's going on. Alright. Hang on. We also got more pictures of Guy to put in. You. Alright. Older brother. Younger brother. Alright, that should be everything. Unless her last name is in fact York. No? What's going on here? Yeah. So that would be her name. She's a student though, right? Oh, that's her picture. Right there? Aren't these students? Smith? Okay, so she does have... Okay, so she does... They did make it an official last name change. But he would still have his original name, right? Mary... Yeah, I know. Oh, she's an actor. Okay. That's a little confusing, but okay. There we go. Fine. This should be the last 5 kids, though. The last 5 people. I think we've finished the game.
Hi again. I know you probably thought you were done.
Yeah?
But it turns out what you're doing here might have some pretty major repercussions on the family tree.
Sir, you hired me.
Again. Also, there's something really strange happening. I can't explain it.
Oh?
Neither of us can.
Okay.
I'd call it a simple misunderstanding, but it's digging at the pit of my stomach. I just have a feeling. Clark?
Last week, let's just say being the president, sometimes people bring me things.
Is Guy actually alive?
Just skip to the important part.
Right. One of our janitors brought me some hair she'd found in Ruby Spratt's trash. It was Bonnie Hudson's.
Bonnie Hudson. Bonnie is, Guy's sister?
Bonnie is Guy's sister.
Yes.
She'd sent us her hair to test potential Roottrees, since her DNA is closest to Guy's.
Have a good night, Crit. Thanks so much for hanging out. Sleep well, okay? I hope things are better in work land for you. A little bit, anyway.
But Ruby threw it out, and I wasn't sure why she would have done that. Especially right before we began testing the tree you provided.
Ruby. Who's Ruby again?
When I asked, she told me she thought the samples needed to be fresh every time they did a test.
She's lying.
It seems really odd. Ruby was the one who convinced us to do DNA testing in the first place. She seemed so knowledgeable. I don't like it. You've done more of a deep dive on these people than anybody else has. Clark will keep a closer eye on the DNA tests from now on. You have an eye for anomalies. We need you to find the smoking guns.
Okay.
If there's anyone you're 100% positive can't be a Roottree,
Or any you've got definitive evidence are Roottrees, then we might be able to catch Ruby in a lie.
So she threw out Bonnie's. So Ruby... Chances are Ruby... I don't remember who Ruby is, but the only reason why she would want the DNA test not to go through is that if she has a kid... Because she would probably want a piece of the... Like, the piece of the pie, which is the money. So she would want to, she would want to, like, her child to be, you know, still proven to be a Rootree? Okay. Well, that's you. And that's you. The company's lawyer was caught throwing away the DNA samples for Bonnie Hudson. These were intended to be used as a test. They're hoping that with the evidence, you understand the family tree, you could verify which people in the dotted boxes are almost certainly legitimate Roottrees. Very unlikely to be legitimate, and which of them are too ambiguous to make a decision another way. Additionally, with the suspicion of Ruby Spratt, it's possible that some of her behaviors in the past have also been casted out. Oh my god. A new section. Oh my god! Now it's time for you to reveal all possible Roottrees and put your detectives. You will be able to end your search and reveal the truth. You have 13 possible Roottrees left to identify. Good lord. So she wouldn't... Inconsistent. Oh my god, what? Oh right, I don't know Ophelia's last name. What was Ophelia's last name? Possible Rootree. Oh my gosh. Oh, this is. Okay. Where do I start? Poked him up. Okay. Anomalon? If I poked around, I can get more information. Oops. Appeared to be on the cover of Newsweek holding a picture of Jane Doe, the only mention of the Nama Newsweek. I have to issue an apology for featuring her in the first place. A summary of the initial cover article has been added to your evidence. Where? Oh, excuse me. Oh, here. But did not come with Anonymous. She wished to remain anonymous, and both photos were obscured. Anonymous woman claimed to have had an affair with Guy Hudson while she was working as a secretary. She also So we have the company record, so we can probably figure out who she was. Right? She and another woman were hired at the same time during a transition period. Many of the secretaries that worked under Sackboy. Okay, so she was hired at the same time during the transition period. Okay. Office staff during a transition period, so it would be here. So we got Christine Farrow, Joanna, Beth Knox, transition period. Okay. Oh, Beatrice Watts and Corinne. Okay, here we go. So she's either Beatrice Watts or Corinne Schwartz. Alright. Highlight. While many of the secretaries that had worked undercover were already gone, she and the other woman were both underqualified, as neither of them typewriter experience. According to other staff managers, Guy had his own requirements for hire women. Guy liked to have low-level parties. The anonymous woman posts that their 3 parties mostly seem to be an excuse to have other parties in Guy's home, and featuring much more alcohol and other substance. She claims that she slept with him on one of these parties. She was confronted Guy and she found out that she was pregnant. Guy didn't seem phased and came to an arrangement. He paid her a significant amount of hush money as a recent bail access under the table. She used the money anyway and started a new life with her daughter. So maybe her daughter is actually a Rootree, and the test proving negative was botched. She went back to work in department and hoped that nobody would ever look at how she paid for the house. Seeing the fences, our new site wasn't a thing. While she even worked for the Rootree company at the same time as Five Piece Mother Joanna, their story seemed either soon. She knew that Felix was telling the truth. Well, the anonymous woman's time at Rootree and all of her payments were allegedly made in cash. The reporters were able to reach out to the other woman at the time, who was also remaining anonymous. They successfully fact-checked the time, and both women confirmed the existence of one of the famous after parties. Cause was strengthened, and the new story was published. So when were they let go? Okay, Beatrice Watts and Corinne Schwartz. They both let go at the same time too. Okay. Let's see here. Oh, what's Ophelia's last name? Hang on, this is gonna bug me if I can't find this. Ophelia. Sweetwater, Florida. I'm pretty sure he's a Rootree. Because, his infidelity was used as a blackmail to accept Sam. She adopted these kids, so I don't think it's possible. Okay, so there's no proof of them. Okay, well, you know, he's a Rootree. And yeah, impossible to prove. Same with you. Gosh. Okay, let's see here. I mean, yeah, we knew. Alright, well, let's see here. Corrine Schwartz. Ah. Because people showed up at a car dealership where she's big into people and stuff they do, so she can get back to her normal life. They already find the journalists will have independently verified that she is not a non-mom. Okay, so it's the other woman, Beatrice Watts, is a non-mom. Beatrice. Find out. Jones. I might just look this up because I'm running out of time here and I gotta be off in here in exactly half an hour. So what's Ophelia? Ophelia, last name, Roottrees. I see. She wouldn't even have to change her last name because she had the same last name. That did not click for me, but at least that's taken care of now. Okay. All right. So Beatrice Watts is a non-mom. So now what then? Oh, Beatrice Watts, Pico tea, right? Alright. Would avoid shortly a document ginger. Okay. I suppose personal details about the story. Okay. Worked as a manager of the company department store, North Carolina. Her daughter's name was Courtney May. Courtney May Watts. They also said the woman that vouched for her famous cover story, they didn't identify news at the time, perhaps to avoid being sued, is named, yeah, Corrine Swartz. Right? Oh no. Wait. They also said that the woman that vouched for her famous cover story, they didn't know news time, perhaps to avoid, so is named Corrine Swartz, and that she had filled for biography. The article speculated that Amon and Corrine. Yeah, okay, Corrine was the other lady. They might have been lovers because it's not credible publication, therefore it wasn't particularly seemed to notice her pair. Okay. Yeah, I got it's Beatrice Watts. Yeah, it's Beatrice Watts. But I don't have a picture. Manager. Okay, she's a manager in a department store. Of course, they don't have a manager. Retail. Courtney May Watts. You can tell that you're the only few hundred people who have visited it. She's not shy about claiming that she is a Jane Doe Rootree. As proof, she has posted an obscure cover. She was featured. Okay. Under the headline, "The True Story of Jane Doe Rootree," Chris of Courtney May Watts. Everyone has everything wrong. My mom approached the Rootree before Five Feet was even a cover the news time. Nobody at the Rootree company took us seriously. They only listened to us when we appeared on TV and magazines. The site has scanned a letter of the Ruby Legal Group at Courtney May's mother, Beatrice. It's very polite legal terms. It seems to accuse her of exploiting their name and orders her to leave the Rootrees alone. It's dated from the last few weeks before 5P's articles appeared. Okay. Ruby legal team. And very polite, it seems, accused her of exploiting her name. Courtney May also does her mother's magazine feature in more detail. Do you know how different it feels to convince anyone to tell her our story? Mama didn't want to show her face because everyone in the media we approached assumed she was lying because her story was just like 5 Feet. My mom's story was first. Mom was advised by Ryan and Cork to tell Newsweek's team that seeing 5 P's on the cover was inspired to go for public. That's the only way News Time would agree to and help us get out on TV. But it's not true. Our story was first. Courtney's defense continues, but most of her seems repetitive and useless. Towards the end of the page, she discusses the DNA test and defends her mother's character. My mother's amazing. She's the nicest woman in the world. She has diabetes and works at a department store and still manages to help pay for her apartment in the big city so that I could stay in with my high school sweetheart. I got a degree in nursing, so I'm learning about the DNA in college. So she's a college student? Oh, she's in nursing. And I'm beginning to think it's all a lie. Mom's 100% confident there's nothing else that could be the father. Either they did the wrong testing or... Okay. So we have... pictures. Courtney May. Alright. So there's something happened there. So that's her. She's a nurse. I'm gonna say yes to that. We don't know what we don't have his name though. Where is that picture? Oh, he's a EMT. That was a ambulance, right? Fuck, here we go. Courtney May and Danny together forever. What's his last name though? Daniel. Oh, she's a nurse. And Danny. Okay. No. Oh my god. Just married? Is there anything here? Danny? Maybe they have a... Oh my god. Courtney May Watts. Danny? Okay, well... Ryan and Cork. May Newton. There we go. Daniel Newton. Alright, well there's that. Okay, so we got that taken care of. Oh my gosh. I don't think I'm gonna get this done. Okay, so Ruby legal team. Ruby Spratt. The most company. Okay. So why would she lie? Why would she cover this up? Foster care. Oh, hang on. That's the same university as okay. Ruby Spratt. What was that one? Fuck. I hate being rushed. Here we go. It appears the perfect GPA. Felt as a... However, there may have been an audience in which neither of those events had transpired. And their parents into the religion of poverty, but unfortunately, judging by the silence, they remain unconverted. Incredible. However, at the end of the speech, there may have been an audience that she wished that neither of those events had transpired. Aside by simply earning her replacement with a full scholarship, went to earn a captive audience at her peers with a perfect GPA. So she wasn't very well liked, it seems. Alright, Ryan Cork. Okay, okay. There might be a... You know, I might have to pause this and fix my dad dinner and then come back, which sucks because I feel like I only have like a half hour left, but I'm rushing through this and that's kind of not the point of detective games. So I think I'm gonna just end the stream here, fix my dad dinner, and then I'll come back and I'll finish the game. That's just like that's what I gotta do, because I gotta be done. I promised my dad I'd fix some dinner at 6, and that's like in 20 minutes. So end it right here. I'll be back. We'll finish this game, and we'll hopefully be